Hey everybody and welcome. We're going to take a closer look at the India or slash subcontinent section of my park, and this is what the finished area looks like. And I'm going to put up on the screen here a picture of what it looked like before I started. You can see it's barren land. There's a big mountain in the upper central area there. I had to basically scale back that mountain to build the roller coasters inside that mountain, and then I built everything else on top of it. So just a quick lay of the land, lay of the park I should say. Over to the right, this is the Egypt area, which I had to demolish to get better, frame rates when I built this section of the park. So I basically just kept the edge of it so that the views from this land at ground level, it looks like a completed Egypt area over here, but it's really just the edge bordering the rivers. Same thing for over here, down here in the lower right. This is the Tibet island that we looked at quite a long time ago. Again, almost fully, completely demolished as far as scenery and rides go, but I just kept what was on this edge along India, and I kept all the mountains so that you would see those mountains consistently from wherever you were in the park. Over here in the lower left, we have an area that hasn't been built yet. It might be what I work on next. It's going to be called Jungles of the World. So it's just going to be a jungle land with nothing specific as far as a location, theme goes. Up here in the upper left, it looks somewhat, form structured. This is going to be Venice. So it will have boat rides, it will have buildings and walkways, and it'll look like Venice, Italy. Let's talk about transportation. So transportation, we have a boat ride that comes in through the river here and goes into the caverns. We have a boat ride that comes up this river and also goes through the caverns. So they go underground and come out on this side. One goes off to Egypt. The other one goes to the boat station in India, which will continue on to Jungles of America. We also have a people mover ride. You can see it coming in from the lower or middle left here, and it goes through. There's a station and then continues off into this area over here, which will most likely be the Old West. Another transportation is the gondola ride, which comes from the far right over here in Egypt, but it basically just passes through this land and continues off to the Old West area as well. I think that's it for transport rides. So let's just take a closer look. I don't know if my frame rate's going to be real good here or not, so it might be a little jerky, but I'll go slow. So here is the south entrances into this land. They're both from Jungles of America, and they both lead into this kids ride area that I built. Let's look up here. There's a path that comes from the upper highlands of Egypt down a long hill and comes into the area. Oh, the other transport ride I should point out is a train, which comes from Egypt, goes to a station, and goes back through the caverns and comes out this way and heads south to the jungles area. You could also enter this land from the far west side here, which comes from Venice or from the southern areas of the park. And other than that, this is kind of a dead-end area because it's the back center far border of the park from where the entrance is. So let's look first of all at coming in from the jungles area. So you will pass down through a path and go into this kids area. There are a couple real rides here, like a merry-go-round, but most of these rides are just faux rides, and they're there just for looking at. Same thing with this rope bridge adventure section, it's all just nothing active. It's just off for looks. It's a faux ride. So let's zoom down in here a little bit and see what it looks like. There's lots of flowers, lots of gardens in this land, and when you go back through the gardens under the trees here, you will see that there is a station back here. That's for the people mover, and the people mover station exit comes out into this little area where there's a flat ride called the Deli Dive, and it's a flat ride. You can see over here, this is where the people mover comes out of the station and heads off to go back up into the trees. It's at ground level at this point. Just trying to give you the lay of the land. Let's zoom back up. And over here in the center of the park is a walkway along the rivers. Again, these steps are not real, they're just faux, but the idea is that guests could go down these steps and look over the railing at the river. There's this conservatory that you walk through to get to the plaza for the rides entrances for the two coasters. So the coasters are called the Temple of Doom. I don't know where I might have gotten that name from, but there's the Thuggies track, which is the bad guys, and there's the Heroes track. So there's two tracks, and they're kind of dueling coasters going through the caverns of underneath the temple. But we'll see more details on that coming up soon, actually. And this is just the outside faux entry to the caverns underneath the temple. And again, some forced perspective done here, just to show you from ground level that the temple looks massive and looming over the village down below, but in reality it's just a very small miniature building up here that looks big. And I think I've shown you a picture of this. The back's not even finished because it's outside of guest view. I don't want to add those pieces if I don't need to help with frame rate. So inside the under the temple are the roller coaster rides. Also back in this corner there's a Ferris wheel, and this is also another way to get to the boat ride, so you could cross these bridges or come from Venice. And there's a queue line hidden way back in the corner here for the one of the tracks of the adventure boats. And the actual, we'll go inside here, the actual station is inside the caverns. So here you go. And you can see that one of the coaster tracks comes zooming by right here, so you could get some action there if you see it, if it's all timed right. And then both boat tracks end up going off into the caverns. I won't show you that now because we'll detail those when we show you videos of the boat rides. One other thing I just want to point out, coming over from Egypt, you can walk down this huge hill to get into this area. And this is kind of a transportation central area. There's a boat station, a train station, and there's a bridge actually here that crosses over from the Tibet area as well. So just wanted to give you those details, and watch for specific videos coming up on the roller coasters and on all the flat rides or transportation rides. Other than that, that's it for now. Have fun, and we'll talk to you soon.